wall sits against a fit ball and just do squats with a fit ball. But
even in the season.
Even in the season, and that's really the essential thing is that muscle tissue turns over in about 6 weeks. The neural adaptations you can lose in about 2 to 3 weeks. And so if you're not doing the same strength during the season, there was no use for you to have gone through a strength training phase in December, right? I mean, in some ways it's good for a short-term vanity, pump, but long-term it doesn't really help them functioning on the bicycle. And so like last year at the Tour de France, every day Christian was on the fit ball, and it was just part of his maintenance. And if we can make that part of his routine, in addition to his training, then you have a stronger athlete. And so, in the hotels, it was funny, like last year at France, at the Tour especially, I remember our soigneurs always bringing in these fit balls into the hotel rooms, and we just looked like the stupidest, dorkiest team on the planet, right? Because we've got our foam rollers, we've got our fit balls, we've got our bands, we've got our little accoutrements, and the guys are in the hallway and they're rolling around with their fit balls, they're hugging each other, right? And then it's like, wait, you just finished a stage in the Tour de France, and the guys are in the hallway, doing.
So wait a minute. So he comes after three days straight in the mountains. Third straight day in the mountains, he gets up. The poor guy's nothing left of him. And you hand him a fit ball. Oh, you are cool.
I think that was probably one of the things that transformed his back, right? I mean, he's always, I guess, it's kind of ridiculous in some ways. But it was a huge paradigm shift for us. The other paradigm shift was that we could do a lot of strength without having weights, that we could just use body weight, and that the most important thing was that at the end of 30 seconds to a minute and a half, the guys were blown, that the legs were burning, A really funny thing we tried last season, but it didn't really take. We had this whole body weight thing where Friedman was a good example where he would squat another dude or try to squat another guy or and it didn't really take. It was